guys are probably wondering, why is Motopilot vlogging in a swimming pool today? What happened was Southern California got hit by a heat wave while I was at work today, and I had to ride home in 116-degree heat, which means I needed to improvise. I don't think I've ever ridden in 116-degree heat. So I want to give you guys some tips on what I did to get my butt home, because I was actually a little bit on the cool side my whole ride home. Alright, here we are the next day, and yes, it is another scorcher here in Southern California. And I prepared myself for today's ride basically the same way I did yesterday to get home from work. So let me tell you guys what the hot tickets are. Starting at the top, I wore a white helmet. Now, I'm not wearing a white helmet today because I don't have the mic and the camera set up on it. But the point is, if you can wear a white helmet or a silver helmet, you know, something a lighter color, you're going to benefit from that. Because in case you don't already know, your body disperses heat through your head and your feet. Another thing I do is I wet my hair, and I have this, it's like a cycling cap, and I just wet that also, and it helps keep my head wetter and cooler longer. Another thing you can do is probably dampen your liner, but I don't know if that'll eventually damage the EPS too. Okay, so that's your head. Another important thing is keeping your upper body cool. What I have is I have an Under Armour spandex shirt that I normally wear underneath my one-piece suit for track days. And what I do is I just get it soaking wet and put it on underneath my jacket. And I can tell you this, just walking around the house with just that Under Armour shirt on, I could feel the coolness of just that little bit of air hitting it. And then over the top of that, I have a vented leather jacket from Speed and Strength. You can't get this jacket anymore because they no longer make it. But any vented jacket will do. You want to wear something that lets air flow through to cool the water on the shirt underneath. You can wear a textile jacket with vents, whatever it takes to get some air into your jacket. I mean, right now I can tell you this, my upper body is very cool. Almost as cool as about as cool as jumping into like a cold pool. I don't feel any heat at all right now. And I believe it's about 107. There's even more to keep you cool. But first, I want to tell you, I was coming home from work yesterday in 116 degrees, and I only saw 3 bikes. And all 3 of them had, 2 of the guys had on a t-shirt, and another guy had on a tank top and shorts. And they were miserable. And you got to understand, you're going to be hotter dressed like that than dressed the way I am. Wearing a jacket, still protected, feeling cool. It's kind of like when you leave the house on a cool day. You open the garage before you get on your bike. It's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Then as soon as you start riding, the temperature drops like 10 degrees. Well, it works the opposite on hot days. Literally, it felt 10 degrees hotter on the bike than, you know, when you're just standing there. So imagine you're wearing just a t-shirt and you've got this 117, 116 degree heat hitting you, probably making you feel like it's 126 degrees, just burning your skin, you know, dehydrating you. It's working against you to not wear a jacket with something wet underneath. Next thing I have is I have on a pair of vented shoes. I always wear riding shoes, and I'll tell you this, when I was coming home from work yesterday, my feet were on fire. About halfway home, I stopped to re-wet everything because I had a bottle of water in my pocket. I stopped at a gas station, and I couldn't get my feet cooled down fast enough. They were so hot, they were tingling. And what I did was I took off my shoes, I wet my socks down, and, you know, continued on my journey. And what I did, because your bike generates so much heat and it blocks a lot of the wind from hitting your feet, I would actually take my feet and kind of stick them out, you know, to the side of the bike to get some airflow. Because it was just ridiculous that my feet were the hottest thing, you know. And then I wear like a lightweight fitted glove with a leather palm. You know, my hands were no issue at all. But I tell you what, man, I rode home and I was totally comfortable. Right now, I'm totally comfortable. Right now, I'm chilly. I actually feel a pretty good chill on my upper body. My head feels nice and cool. You know, obviously make sure you got your helmet vents open. You know, just have 2 helmets at your disposal, one for cooler weather and one for hotter weather. If you can find a brand of jacket that is, you know, a lighter weight textile jacket in a lighter color. You know, I'm wearing black because that's just what I have, but ideally I would like to have a lighter color jacket just because it'll reflect the sun. Black absorbs heat, lighter colors tend to reflect more heat, and yeah, it's really as simple as that. There's a lot of hot months coming up, and I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time on the bike. I ride the bike every day to work. I'm a moto vlogger. I have commitments to you guys to keep pumping out the content. So the key is just keep cool. All right, guys, I know this video was short and sweet, but that's really all there is to say about it. All right, hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, tell us if you got any hot tips on keeping cool. And we will see you guys next Monday.